Okay, we're going to set up your wireless golf control box. So we're going to head over to the website to get the program that we need and our file. So the website is included in the packing material that you received. So we're going to go to the website listed up here, and we're going to scroll down to the wireless golf box installation instructions, which is this area right here. So what we're going to do, this video is the one you'll be watching right now. This is just a placeholder, but the one you're watching will be in this area at the time. So we're going to download our program, which is Joy2Key. Now, Joy2Key is a freeware shareware program, and it is free to download and free to use. The builders ask that if you are happy with the program, that you can pay them $7 for their efforts in building the program. That is something optional for you. So first thing we got to do is download the Joy2Key program, which I already have done so, but I will try to run through it again and see if you can see the process. Okay, I have to give this permission. Say yes. And it's going to run through our normal setup. You go over here, accept. And then create a desktop shortcut. Yes. Next. Install. It's a pretty small program. See, as you can tell, that was pretty quick. It's already installed. And I'm not going to launch it yet, though. I'm just going to hit finish. So now we have the program. Now we need our file. Now, the file for the wireless box can be found right underneath of that download, which is right here. And it will download a zip file, a 247 wireless.zip file. Now, I will go ahead and download that program, or sorry, that file. I'm going to open it up, and you'll see a 247 wireless.cfg. Now, since we've already downloaded Joy2Key inside our documents, over here, I'm going to open up a new window. Now, this is our documents folder. There'll be a folder in here called Joy2Key now. And we're going to click on that, and we're going to drag our downloaded, well, we'll have to extract it first, actually. So let's extract all. And I got a new window coming up on my other screen. Let me drag it over. There we go. I'm going to extract. Okay, there's our files. So now what we're going to do is drag it into our document folder called Joy2Key that's in our documents folder. Okay, there it is. So now what we want to do is you want to plug in your dongle for your wireless box. Now, it's recommended that you at least let your box charge for 2 hours before the first use, because I'm sure that once it's been received, the batteries on it will probably be ran down a little bit. So it's best to go ahead and let it charge for a little while. So go ahead and have your box charged up, and go ahead and plug in your dongle at this time. Now you should see your red light flashing on your dongle, or sorry, on your control box. And then you want to hit the enter button. Your enter button is also your wake up button. The box will automatically go to sleep if you don't use it for, I believe it's maybe 5 to 10 minutes. It'll go to sleep automatically to save the battery. So to wake it back up, just hit enter. So if you're playing around and you aim left and you aim right and you hit your ball, and then you don't need to aim, and then you hit your ball again and you still don't need to aim, and then you go answer the phone and you come back and your box isn't working, make sure you hit enter. That turns it back on, and then it'll be back and reconnected. So we're going to add in our file right here to the Joy2Key folder, and we'll minimize this, minimize that, and then we will open up Joy2Key, which is right here. Now, you will get a little thing that's asking you to consider purchasing a license if you choose to. You can just minimize that and then hit OK. Now, you can also use different programs for this. Other programs will work as well. The one that seems to be a little easier for everybody is Joy2Key. So now that we have our 247 wireless profile right here, so Each one of these, you'll probably only see profile 1 and wireless. So these other ones are just extras from testing and stuff like that I've done. But so you want to make sure you've selected wireless, your 247 wireless box. Now, what that's going to do is it's going to make your buttons do these functions over here on your box. Now, these are already set up for you, so there's nothing you should really have to change. There's some things that you may want to alter depending on your screen setup, and I can show you that in just a second. So what you want to do is, now that you have your box plugged in, you should be able to hit a button on your box, and you should see these buttons light up. Now, here's a common problem some people do, is they have their screens window about this big, and then they hit their button and they say that nothing's happening. Well, it is. It's just you got to scroll down to see it. Or they've done this. They've selected a button, and then they've hit the button, and nothing's lighting up, and they don't know why. It's because they've already selected one. If you select a different one, you'll see that that's the one lighting up, but it can't light up two colors, so it's going to stay the one that you selected. So now for this, basically what's going to happen is when you push your left arrow, which for your box will be button number 2, it will move. It's just like hitting the keyboard left arrow. Now for your mulligan button. So for mulligan to work, you need to hit escape first, and then when the menu screen comes up, you'll have to hit your button for you actually hit the mulligan button. So if you just hit mulligan, nothing's going to happen. You have to hit escape first, wait, and then hit mulligan. So what's going to happen is when you hit escape, it's going to bring up the mulligan. But then when you hit mulligan button on your box, it's going to move the mouse to where the mulligan is on your screen and click it for you. Now, the location of that box is 2440 for most screens. So what that means is if we click on this and we go to mouse advance, so if you can imagine x equals 50 and y equals 40. So if I make them both, x equals 28, y equals 40. If I make them both 50, that'll be the middle of your screen. So by moving these numbers a little bit, let's say you hit the mulligan button, but it seems to be a little high. It's missing the mulligan button on the menu. That you can just come in here and move this to 41 and click OK, and that just moves it down a little bit. So it should be good where it's at. Most people don't have a problem, but if you do, these are the numbers that you want to check. So your 28 is left and right. Your 41 is down. So left and right's normally not a problem because your mulligan button is like a quarter of the screen anyway. But the up and down, you only have a little bit of a window of pixels to click on. So this should be set up for you. If not, you can send an email in and we'll make sure that we get that fixed for you and help you figure it out. Now, you'll also need to have this button down here, this box checked. Now, what that'll do is if you don't have this checked, if you do hit your mulligan button, it's just going to move the mouse to this position on your screen. It's not going to click anything, but we need it to click, so we're going to make sure that's checked. Now, that'll already be checked for you, just like it is here, and the only thing you'll have to do is once you import or once you add that file in there, it's good to go back in, hit save, and then minimize the screen. Now, you'll have to have Joy2Key running every time you play. Every time you play TGC, this will need to be running in the background. Now, you also need to make sure that you unplug your box at this point, open up TGC, wait till you get to the main menu, or even wait till you get to the T box and plug in your box at that point. If you plug in your box too early, it can cause TGC to open different, and it'll open in a way that makes it thinks that you want to use an Xbox controller, and then all of your buttons won't be mapped correctly and it won't work. So if you go to hit a button and something weird comes up and it says profile or group profile, chances are you had your box plugged in too early. And that's pretty much it. Now, the Joy2Key program is to exit out of it. Even if you exit here, it's not fully X'd out. Even if you go down here and hit close window, It's still, hang on, I gotta go to my other window. It's still not X'd out. Well, it's not leaving here anyway, but sometimes it'll actually not even be on your menu bar, and you'll have to go over to your, I have another screen up over here. So you'll have to go into your little icons by your time and right click the Joyee key icon and hit terminate if you want to actually close it all the way down.